caso, gracias Meinin porque nos está ayudando en la traducción del alemán o del inglés. Entonces, señores estudiantes, una vez más, gracias por asistir, esto es para ustedes. Y Marcos, welcome to itae University of Art. Entonces, sin nada más que decir, señores estudiantes, aprovechen esta gran oportunidad que se presenta.
Gracias. Well, thanks for coming. It's great to see you all here, guys. My name is Marcus Augenstein, and I'm the Master Chief Monkey.
Gracias a todos por venir. Su nombre es Marcus Augenstein y él es el representante de la marca Monkie.
So today I'm going to introduce you a little bit more about our products, as well about the physical backgrounds of different speaker concepts and different ways how to reach a maximum sound performance for your music production.
Sí, hoy va a presentar sus productos, también va a presentar la parte técnica del desarrollo del producto y cómo sacar lo máximo en las producciones individuales.
Well, first of all, a little bit more about myself. My background is I'm a DJ, I'm a music producer, I'm a drum player, so all my life I've been dedicated to music, recording and live sound application.
Sí, él es productor, también es baterista, percusionista y toda su vida se ha dedicado a grabar y hacer sonido en vivo, live sound. Recording?
Sí.
Yes, grabación.
Well, the reason why I started that company is quite simple. When I was a little boy, I wanted to create my own studio, the first studio, and it was quite hard at that time because you know how it is when you are just 14, 15 years old, you don't have any money in your pocket, and if you want to realize something, you have to find gear or products which you can use for your recordings which are affordable.
Entonces, cuando era chiquito, él quería crear un estudio y ustedes saben que siempre es difícil porque no hay plata. Entonces, él está buscando la forma de hacer construir su estudio de la manera más asequible.
So I went to the market and I was looking for speakers which I can use for my studio, but I couldn't find anything which was really ear pleasing to me. I was looking around different speakers, but all the speakers I wanted to have, they was super high priced, like €1,000, €1,500, €2,000, and I couldn't afford that. So I had to find a way how to create my own sound the way I wanted without spending so much money.
Entonces él fue a buscar altavoces y la mayoría no les gustaba el sonido y también eran muy caros, de 1.000, 2.000, 3.000 euros. Entonces él quería ver una forma de poder tener altavoces que fueran ¿cómo se dice? Sostenibles, que sean al alcance del bolsillo.
So at that moment I realized that there is no speaker on the market which is delivering the sound quality I expect from a speaker, and then I said, I think it's possible to create a speaker which is not costing thousands of euros but delivering the same sound quality than one of those speakers.
Sí, entonces él lo que hizo fue intentar crear, ya que no existía el sonido, la calidad de sonido que tenía, de poder crear un altavoz que entregara la misma calidad, pero que también fuera económico. ¿Sí?
Then I started to play around with concepts. I was reading some books about acoustics and engineering, because at that time I had no any idea of that. So I studied myself at home, reading the books, and I started to build my first speaker.
Entonces él comenzó a leer acerca de la acústica, de las electrónicas, para poder construir su primer altavoz.
And at that time it took me around 4 years to get the first speaker out the way I wanted, because all became a game of try and error. I had to play with different concepts, with different materials, and all of a sudden in 2008 I got my first speaker ready, which was convincing me the way I wanted to have it.
Sí, entonces él se demoró aproximadamente 4 años en diseñar el altavoz que él quería, en el que tenía que jugar con sus conceptos y diseños. Y recién en el 2008 recién pudo obtener el primer altavoz.
And well, I set up the first speaker in my own studio, and I got friends of mine visited me, and they said, hey, can you do a speaker for us? And I said, well, why not? Let's do a speaker for you as well.
Entonces él tuvo amigos que fueron a su estudio y le pidieron que creara su parlante y él le dijo que sí, que podía hacer diseñarle un parlante para ellos también.
And after the first guys came to ask for the speakers, I get other friends that was asking me also, please do a speaker for me. So I did another speaker, and another pair of speaker. And all of a sudden, I thought, okay, now it's time to put that thing into a company, because I couldn't do that anymore in my free time, because it costs me too much time. So I said, I have to make a decision.
Sí, entonces él de repente tenía un amigo que también quería que le haga parlantes, y otro amigo, y otro amigo, y otro amigo, y otro amigo. Entonces ya no podía tener tanto tiempo para estar satisfaciendo las necesidades de sus amigos, y entonces decidió crear la compañía.
And in 2010, it was the year when I had to make the decision what I'm going to do with my life.
Sí, entonces en el 2008 él decidió que lo que iba a hacer su vida.
So I had two choices. One was to be a professional bodybuilder, and the other one was to make loudspeakers.
Entonces había dos opciones. Uno era de ser profesional y el otro era de ser constructor de parlantes.
Well, as you can see, I not became a professional bodybuilder. So I decided to build loudspeakers, and I think that was the right choice for my life.
Sí, entonces él decidió construir altavoces por el resto de su vida.
So, and in 2010 we started to get the company public, and we was trying to find a production plant where we could create those speakers in mass production instead of just single production in my home.
Entonces tenía que buscar la forma de crear los altavoces en masa, en lugar de solamente ¿cómo se dice?, en la casa.
And in 2011 we put the first speaker range public. The first speaker we created was the Turbo 5, which is that body over there.
Entonces en el 2011 hicieron el lanzamiento de su primera línea de altavoces. El kit de Navy.
Turbo 5.
Y se llama Turbo 5.
And as a 5-inch speaker is not the right speaker for any purpose, I said I have to create more speakers, that means smaller speakers like 4-inch, 6-inch and 8-inch.
Entonces, un altavoz de 5 pulgadas no es necesariamente lo más apropiado, entonces tuvo que crear altavoces más grandes de 6 y 8 pulgadas.
Because in many places you cannot just put a speaker, it always comes down to your environment. If your room is small, you go for a smaller speaker. If your room is big, you go for a bigger speaker. And there are some other features I will explain later, which narrows down the selection of the right speaker for your environment, like your studio, like your room, like your cutting workspace, or whatever.
Entonces, el tamaño del altavoz depende del lugar donde estés trabajando. Si tienes un lugar pequeño, escoges un altavoz pequeño. Si tu lugar es grande, escoges un altavoz grande. Y más adelante voy a explicar acerca de cómo escoger el altavoz correcto para el espacio.
I get very often asked, which speaker should I buy? And this is a very, let's say that's a question which I cannot answer without having additional information from the ones who want to use it.
Por lo general la gente pregunta qué parlante debería yo comprar, y esa es una pregunta que no puedo responder sin tener información adicional.
Because there is not any right speaker for every application. Each application needs its very own speaker, its very own size of the speaker. Well, sometimes even more, depending on the kind of music and stuff what you are going to mix or to do. You can also decide which kind of speaker concept you want to use in that place. So I always ask the people, if you ask me which is the best speaker for your place, I need to know your place, your purpose, and how is your room treated.
Sí, entonces no existe que un parlante haga todo, depende de las actividades, depende del lugar, depende de qué música vas a tener en qué música vas a trabajar. Entonces, dependiendo de esto, se decide qué altavoz es apropiado para ti. No existe una respuesta para todas las preguntas.
And to react on all the different situations we can force, I said it's necessary to have in the range different sizes that we can react on every scenario which a client or a musician or a recording artist is forcing.
Entonces tenemos en la línea diferentes tamaños que van a reaccionar de forma distinta dependiendo del lugar que tenga el cliente.
Do you guys like bass?
¿A ustedes les gusta el bajo?
Yeah? Me too. That's why we got the Turbo 10S subwoofer on top of the loudspeaker range.
Entonces ellos tienen el modelo para estas frecuencias bajas.
Sometimes it's necessary to judge the low ends of your recording. In my studio I have the Turbo 10S on a bypass mode with a full switch, because there can be a full switch connected with a 6.3mm jack on the backside, which switch on or switch off the subwoofer. So I don't use it in my daily music productions. I'm only using it when I want to judge the low ends, because low ends are very critical in music production.
Entonces, en este modelo de bajo básicamente tiene un switch, porque de vez en cuando necesitas evaluar las mezclas con o sin su bajo. Entonces tú puedes prenderlo o apagarlo dependiendo de cuando lo quieras escuchar, y es muy útil a la hora de la producción musical.
And I said, many subwoofers, they display the full range sound. When you put the input signal from your mixing desk into the subwoofer and you link it to the top speakers, they transmit the full range of sound to the tops.
Muchos bajos lo que hacen es vincular la señal completa del subbajo hacia los parlantes, hacia los otros parlantes.
So I'm going to show you what I did to overcome that limitation, because sometimes it doesn't matter if you display the full frequency range on the tops, but in most cases, or in many cases, especially when it comes down to very serious productions, you should be able to select the center frequency which you want to use for your speaker.
Entonces, para evitar eso, básicamente realizó un diseño para poder seleccionar el centro de frecuencia del altavoz. Yo creo que es para hacer el corte.
Well, so what I did, I built inside an active crossover instead of a passive one.
Entonces él tiene un crossover activo en vez de uno pasivo.
And with the active crossover, I'm able to select the frequency which is delivered to the subwoofer as well to the tops.
Entonces con un crossover activo puede decidir qué frecuencia va a ser el punto de corte para el subbajo y para los puntos de altavoz.
To let you understand exactly how it works, I will draw you a small pattern and you will see what I mean.
Entonces él va a